facility in Illinois today. I'm finishing my review on the Barnett Ghost 350, and this is obviously a crossbow. It's one of the nicer crossbows on the market. Barnett makes it. Barnett's been designing and building these for a little over 50 years now, so they definitely have a solid foothold in the crossbow market. Now, crossbows are nothing new. They've been around since medieval times. Sometimes they're highly controversial, and in a state like mine, which is Illinois, this will be the first year they've been legalized. That is, legalized without a doctor's permit. So I found it interesting, and actually I was kind of excited to test this unit because of the fact that the laws are changing here rapidly across the Midwest in the use of crossbows. So I'm going to tell you what I like about this, how to use it, some safety features. You'll have my overall opinion on it. This particular unit here, which again is called the Ghost 350 by Barnett, it comes with 3 bolts. Comes with a really nice scope here, and that's an electronic scope, by the way. It weighs about 7.5 pounds, just a tad over. It's got a really nice carbon unit up front here, the riser, which reduces a ton of weight by going with carbon here. And it also shifts the center of gravity back to the butt of the gun, which makes it extremely easy to handle. It's really well designed. It's an extremely fast unit. It shoots about 350 foot per second. And like any weapon, it's dangerous. The use of a crossbow, just like a rifle, just like a gun, just like a knife, it's imperative that you read all the instructions, go over all the safety features, learn how to use the weapon properly, and it'll give you years of pleasure in return. So anyway, I'll get on with my review, and I hope you like it. Stick around. Okay, in order to set this up to be ready to shoot, this is, first of all, you need to know that this particular unit is 175 pounds of force here. So, it's really difficult to pull 175 pounds of force with just your bare hands here to cock the string. So most people use what's called a rope cocking device, and that's what this is right here. And this particular model came with it. And what that does, it uses leverage to your advantage and reduces the poundage by 50%. So in other words, this is a 175 pound bow. I'll be pulling half of that. So that's what, 87.5 pounds of force, which is still a fair amount of force to use. But it's not near as bad as pulling 175 pounds. So anyway, before I do that, before I cock it and get ready to install a bolt in it, I think it's interesting to know that Barnett created a safety feature in this, that when it is cocked and when you have a bolt in place, the safety is automatically activated, and that's to help prevent an accidental shooting. I think it's a really good idea. You have to make a manual effort to turn the safety off after you cock the crossbow and after you insert a bolt into it. Other than that, it's pretty self-explanatory. You cock it, you load a bolt in it, you turn the safety off, and you aim it. So I'll demonstrate right now cocking it. First of all, you just simply place it on the ground, and there's a provision here for you to put your feet into that provision, down there by the carbon riser. Now, I'll show you right here how this rope cocking device works. I've got it hooked up here, but technically, just the rope right here on the back here, it really slings around the back here of the unit here. I don't know if you can see that, the rope here, and there's a little groove there. You just simply rest it on the groove, and you've got 2 hooks. One here, you hook it there, and the same on the other side. And Barnett recommends that you scoot them in tight, scoot the hooks in tight, and before you pull them up. So basically what we're going to do is pull the string up until we hear a clicking sound, and once we hear that clicking sound, that means the unit is now cocked. Now, I want to show you something here. I purposely left this string here dangling instead of cutting it off after I adjusted it. The rope cocking device that came with the unit was too long for my arms, so I went ahead and adjusted it. It's easy to adjust, and I tied off a knot in here. I just didn't cut this off. I'll let you see that so you can adjust it for yourself if you ever pick one of these up, and to demonstrate that yes, it is adjustable. So to cock the unit, you just grab your hands on the rope cocking device, make sure it's hooked up well, and give it a good strong pull until you hear a click. Just like that. And then when you release, you should feel no more pressure on it. And you can take off your rope cocking device. I just set it off there for now. Now that it's cocked, I'm going to pull a bolt off, and with the rooster vane down, I'm going to put it into the provision here, the slot, which is the rail, and I'm going to slide that back into the cock device until I seat it up against the rope, which it is. Now again, the safety is automatically on when I cocked it, so all I have to do is shut the safety off and shoot it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. Simple as that. I'll set this down. Now there's 6 layers of styrofoam on this particular unit, and I'm shooting close to 350 feet per second. Of course, that number will change depending on how light your bolt is and how many grains it is and so forth. But basically, 6 layers of thick styrofoam here that's meant to stop a crossbow, and we're just showing slight penetration on the other end, but that's really a nice deep deep penetration there that'll easily fly through a deer. So anyway, I think it's a good hit and a lot of force. It was easy to shoot, and I didn't have much, if any, recoil on it. So anyway, we'll move on to the second phase of the testing. After shooting the device, I'd like to give you my thoughts on it. First of all, it's very comfortable. It really is nicely balanced. It's not top heavy or bottom heavy, so it's got a good feel to it. The trigger tension was great on it. There's no drift on it. I believe Barnett claims 3 to 3.5 pounds of pulling pressure, and it's just perfect. No drift, it clicks, it's solid. I like the trigger feel on it. It comes with a little provision here where you can pull the cover off and wrap your rope cocking device around it if you don't want to set it on the ground like I just did. It's got a little tensioner here that holds the bolt down, and that's adjustable if you need it to be. Mine didn't need to be adjusted. Mine came out of the factory, or from the factory, set just correctly for my needs. It's a composite built crossbow. You know, the riser I mentioned earlier is carbon, but the composite's done very nicely. I found no seams in it, no casting flash on it. It's got a really nice feel to it. The camouflage work done is beautiful. It's a nice, high-class, professionally built crossbow. In the price range for this particular class, I think Barnett's got about everybody beat on that. This is really a fast crossbow at 350 feet per second, and everywhere on the internet that I did a price search for, it always came up better priced than the competition for the same amount of qualities and so forth. If the crossbow is your weapon of choice, you will not go wrong with the Barnett Ghost 350. It's really got a nice feel to it. It's really a cool little device here. I've never hunted with one before, but I know several friends that do, and they've hunted with some of the older styles in the past, and I know they'll be really excited to get their hands on something like this, especially since all the improvements have been made on it in the last decade or so. So anyway, if you want to know more about it, visit Barnett's website. They'll tell you more about it and give you more details, but as a hunter and a professional product tester, it's really put together nicely. I had no problems putting it together. It went together in about 15-20 minutes. It shoots very well. No vibration whatsoever that I can feel. Trigger speed is great. It's balanced correctly. It shoots hard. And really, what more could you want? It's priced just right. So anyway, if you want to learn more, go to Barnett, check them out.